I'm Lindsay with Living with Lindsay, and today I want to show you how to make some fabric rosettes that you can use to embellish different things around your home. Gina from Stamping with Gina taught me how to do this. She put together a great photo tutorial, and I've sort of adapted that for a project I'm working on, so I thought I'd put together a little video tutorial so that you can actually see it in the process. And if you hear a baby in the background, that's baby Emma and her bouncer. Okay, so you start with a scrap of fabric. I have a yard of fabric here, so my fabric piece is a yard long, and it's about 2 inches wide. It doesn't have to be perfect. But we're going to start by taking a piece of felt, and we're going to put a dot of glue, hot glue, of course, in the center. And then we will fold one corner of the fabric so it makes like a little point and stick it in the hot glue. I'm going to use a non-sharpened pencil because I'm fancy to push it down so I don't burn myself. And then we're going to wait for that to dry for a few seconds. Now, this is one of the differences in how I do it than how Gina does it. She cuts out her circle out of the felt to be the size that she wants her rosettes to be. But for my project, I wanted them to organically be different sizes, and that the different sizes are all going to depend on how tightly I wind my fabric. So I am putting it on a big piece of felt, and then I'll just cut out around it. Okay, so that seems pretty dry. Okay, so we are now going to take the fabric and twist it. So you're twisting the actual fabric. You just have to kind of play with it a little bit and twist it, and we're twisting it in a circle. Now, the tighter you twist it, the smaller your flower is going to be. So I twist a little bit, and then I'm going to put a drop of glue. And then I'm going to kind of push it down and keep going. Now, Gina, when she did hers, she made sort of a pool of glue all the way around, so all of the fabric was stuck down to the felt. I am not going to do that with mine, and I'll show you why here in a bit. Oh, make sure that you put your felt on something, not directly on your table, because the glue will kind of soak through and you don't want to ruin the finish on your table. Oh my gosh. Let go. My glue stick is stuck to my butt. Okay. So then I'm going to put another drop of glue, and I try to do it in different places around the flower so that it's not all stuck down on the exact same size all the way around. And I just keep twisting. You can twist more or twist less depending upon what you're going for. Twist, twist, twist. And a drop of glue. And if you get to the end of your fabric and you decide that you want your flower to be bigger, what you can do is just take another piece and stick it on there and keep going. Put more glue in the glue gun. Keep wrapping. Then when you get to the end of your fabric, I'm going to put a dot of glue about 1 inch from the end, and then I'm going to take the end piece here and kind of glue it underneath. Now sometimes I get to the end and I realize I've glued the fabric, the layer right before it down, and I can't do that, and so I'll just leave it here and glue it, and it's fine. Okay, and then I'm going to press it down real hard to make sure it sticks. Alright, so glue gun out of the way. I'm going to just cut it out. Oh, glue gun here. Okay. So I will just cut it cut the felt out in the circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure it's not really sticking out from under the rosette. So it's going to look like this on the back. I'll go through, that piece is needs a little bit of glue, so I'll just stick some glue on there. And maybe some right there. Now the reason why I didn't do a whole pool of glue around the edges like Gina does for hers is that I picked this cotton gauze because I wanted something that would kind of naturally fray. So, and this gauze cost, it was like $6.99 a yard at Joann, and then with your 40% coupon, it's even cheaper. So then I'll rub my finger on it to kind of get the pieces to stick up a bit. And then I'll go through and pull a couple little sections up. And so that's why I didn't want it glued all the way down, because I wanted it to be more organic looking and have different layers. So like that. Then I'm going to just add it to my pillow that I'm working on. And I will end up playing around with it and gluing them with fabric glue and maybe tacking them with a needle and thread. The smaller ones I made with half a yard of fabric instead of the full yard length. And like I said, if you want to make bigger ones, all you do is just, when you get to the end of your fabric, glue some more on and keep going. And that's it. Happy rosette making.